Every summer, the same thing happens. It's the hottest week of the year, your HVAC system dies, and you have about 24 hours to make a decision worth $5,000 to $12,000, a decision you know nothing about. And here's what nobody in that showroom or on that contractor's tablet will tell you. The HVAC technician standing in your driveway, the one who's crawled through 1,000 attics and replaced 10,000 compressors, would not put half of those brands in his own home. Not because they don't cool, they all cool for a while. It's because he knows which ones he can actually fix when they stop, and which ones turn into a 3-week hostage negotiation for a circuit board. That's the number this industry hides. Not efficiency ratings, not tonnage, not the SEER sticker, not the EER rating on the box, whether the parts exist, whether an independent tech can get them, and whether your brand will even be owned by the same company when it breaks. Because the AC aisle is the same shell game we exposed with refrigerators. Carrier alone sells under Carrier, Bryant, Payne, Day and Night, Heil, Tempstar, and more. Different badges, same corporate parents. Stick around, because number one on this list is the brand people pay a premium for specifically because they think it's the safe choice. It's the opposite, and the reason why is the whole thesis of this channel. Hit subscribe if you're done paying extra for logos. Here are 5 air conditioner brands HVAC technicians won't put in their own homes, and 3 they actually would. Number 5. Midea and the dozen store brands it builds that you've never connected to it. Midea is the biggest name you've never bought on purpose. The Chinese manufacturing giant builds window units and portable AC units sold under its own name and under a rotating cast of badge brands filling the shelves at big box stores and online. The units are cheap, the reviews look fine, and then last summer the bill came due. Midea recalled roughly 1.7 million of its popular U-shaped window units in the US because water could pool inside and grow mold that blows straight into your room. Technicians won't touch most of these for a simpler reason. There is no repair path at all, no parts network, no service documentation, nothing. When a $200 unit fails, the repair is the trash can. That's fine if you know you're buying a disposable product. It's not fine when the same factory's output is wearing a badge that looks like a real brand. And a quick sidebar worth knowing now, the Amana window units you'll see next to the Midea units on those shelves are a completely different company from the Amana air conditioners we'll mention later. Same badge, different aisle, different corporate family entirely. It matters, and we'll come back to it. Number 4. York, the brand that changed owners while you weren't looking. York used to mean something. A century of American HVAC history. But here's what happened while nobody was paying attention. Johnson Controls, York's owner since 2005, sold its entire residential air conditioning business to Bosch in a deal that closed on July 31st, 2025. $8 billion, the largest acquisition in Bosch's history, and it took York, Coleman, Luxair, and Champion with it. And here's the detail that matters. Bosch is using the York name under license. The badge on the unit is now a rented name on a business in mid-handoff. Technicians already ranked York near the bottom on build consistency, with complaints about evaporator coil failures and control boards that vary from batch to batch. Now add an ownership transition, shifting parts channels, and warranty questions passing between 2 corporations. And here's a 2025 wrinkle on top of that. The refrigerant transition is happening right now. The industry is moving from R410A to R32 and other lower GWP refrigerants, and mid-transition is exactly the wrong moment to also be in the middle of a corporate handoff on parts and service channels. Maybe Bosch fixes all of it. German engineering money can do that, but a technician doesn't gamble his own house on a maybe, and neither should you, at least not until the dust settles. Number 3. LG, the ductless darling with dealer-locked guts. If this channel had a recurring villain, this family of brands would be it, and the pattern from refrigerators repeats almost line for line. LG's mini-split systems look incredible on paper. Sleek, quiet, efficient inverter technology. Then something fails, usually an inverter board or a communication error between the indoor and outdoor unit, and the repair economics fall apart. Technicians report the same 3 problems every time. diagnostic information gated behind dealer certification, parts that ship slowly and cost a fortune, and electronics dense enough that troubleshooting one fault code can eat an entire service call. The condenser unit sits outside looking fine while the indoor air handler throws a code nobody outside the dealer network can fully read. The independent tech who'd happily fix your Rheem in an afternoon looks at an LG mini split and quotes you high on purpose, hoping you say no. When the people whose job is fixing things price themselves out of your brand, that is the review. Everything else is marketing. Quick pause because I want to say something before the top two. If you already own one of these brands, don't panic and don't replace a working system. Every unit on this list cools fine when it's running. This list is about what happens in year 6, not year 1. What you should do is find out now, today, which independent techs in your area will service your brand before the 98-degree week when you're calling down the list and hearing no. If this is the kind of homework nobody else does for you, hit that like button and stick around. Number 2, Samsung. Yes, again, if you saw our refrigerator videos, you already know how this one goes because Samsung runs the exact same playbook in air conditioning that put it at number 1 on the appliance repair blacklist. Beautiful hardware, aggressive pricing, and a service ecosystem technicians describe as functionally closed. Parts on back order for months. Support lines that ship the wrong component against a correct serial number. Training and documentation restricted to certified dealer channels, which locks out the independent shops that do most of the actual repair work in this country. A Samsung mini split is a stunning piece of design bolted to a repair dead end. The blower motor goes out, the supply house doesn't stock it, and you're waiting weeks for a part that costs 3 times what it should. The techs aren't avoiding it because it's badly built. They're avoiding it because Samsung made saying yes unprofitable. Same company, same strategy, different appliance. At some point, it stops being a coincidence and starts being the business model. And number 1, Lennox. The premium brand that's premium at the parts counter too. This is the one that surprises people, so let's be precise. Lennox builds genuinely good equipment, high-end engineering, top efficiency numbers, 130 years of history. Homeowners pay a premium for Lennox specifically because it feels like the safe, serious choice. Here's what the showroom leaves out. Lennox runs one of the most proprietary part systems in residential HVAC, where Trane, Carrier, and Rheem systems share huge numbers of industry-standard components any supply house stocks. A long list of Lennox parts are Lennox only, sold through Lennox distribution at Lennox prices on Lennox's timeline. We're talking blower motors, control boards, evaporator coils, components that are universal off-the-shelf fixes on other brands. Technicians tell the same story on repeat. The part that's a same-day $90 universal fix on another brand becomes a one-week $400 special order. You paid extra for the best equipment and got a repair channel with a toll booth on it. That's the purest version of the number this whole industry hides. It's not whether it breaks, everything breaks. It's what the brand decided years in advance about how hard fixing it should be. So what would the techs actually put in their own homes? 3 names come up over and over, and every one of them is boring on purpose. Trane and American Standard, which, surprise, are the same company. Same platforms, same factories, and American Standard typically costs less for the identical machine, which makes it one of the quietest good deals in the industry. Worth noting, if you're looking at heat pumps rather than straight cooling, both Trane and American Standard have strong lineups there too, and the same repairability advantages apply. Rheem and Ruud, also the same company, loved for a simple reason: standard parts, simple designs, and a supply house in every town that stocks them. And Goodman, the budget brand the internet loves to mock and technicians quietly defend because it's owned by Daikin, one of the largest AC makers on earth, built simple and repairable with universal parts by literally anyone. And a fun footnote that connects back to what I mentioned at number 5, Amana air conditioners are Goodman machines under Daikin and have nothing to do with the Amana fridge Whirlpool cells or the Amana window units on the big box shelf. Even the same badge isn't the same company, depending on which aisle you're standing in. One last thing, and it's the most important sentence in this video. In air conditioning, the installer matters more than the badge. A great system installed badly fails early. A cheap system installed well runs for 20 years. So before you argue brands, ask the contractor one question. Will you do a manual J-load calculation on my house, or are you sizing it by square footage? Manual J is the industry standard method. It accounts for your insulation, windows, climate zone, ductwork layout, everything. Any contractor who flinches at that term just answered everything. Smash that like button if this changed your shopping list, and drop a comment telling me which brand shocked you, the luxury one at number 1 or the ownership shuffle at number 4. I read every comment. Subscribe and ring the bell because we do the homework so you never overpay for something built to look expensive.